turnover among sales leaders is higher than any other position across all industries. It has been said that 80% of all turnover is attributed to a poor hiring process. Don't make the same mistakes everybody else is making. Let's fix your hiring process now. The best sales leaders have a perfect balance in understanding when to jump in on a deal and close it for their team versus when they should let the team experience failure so it can be a learning opportunity. Now, the only way you can do that is if the sales leader actually knows how to sell. Now, the second trait that makes for a great sales leader is this unwavering determination to hit the revenue targets. They believe they can hit it under any circumstance and will never make an excuse as to why they can't, because all of their energy and focus is on how they will. Finally, the last trait to look for when hiring a sales leader is their ability to garner the respect of their team and truly go the extra mile. Whether it be out of love or fear, their team will get the job done for them. In order to be in sales leadership, you have to be able to sell, and you must have been a successful salesperson in the past. With that said, successful salespeople are typically not successful as a result of their team-oriented nature. In fact, their ability to take ownership over a goal is what makes them a good salesperson. And as they become more and more successful in their career, those selfish tendencies, which made them successful, are reinforced and allow them to hit bigger and bigger numbers. Now, those numbers garner the attention of the organization, and everyone inherently believes that the best person to lead the sales team is the best salesperson. While at face value, that may be a decent idea for several reasons. First, if you're going to have people mirror anyone or be taught by someone, you want them to be the most successful and accomplished person. Second, if you have a high-producing salesperson, they're typically looking for career growth. And if you don't give them a path to leadership, they're just going to go outside of your organization to find it. For those reasons and more, conventional logic tells us to promote the most skilled person to lead the team. However, conventional logic can steer us wrong in this situation. First, you're pulling your highest producing asset off the field. Second, just because they can sell doesn't mean they can lead. Simply for the sake of a promotion, you've effectively placed them in a brand new role, one they have not displayed any proficiency for, and what made them a successful salesperson could ultimately make them a poor sales leader. Remember, this is all assuming that this person knows how to sell. You need to validate this because typically sales leaders come from outside of the organization and they're not promoted from within. Now, that's not to say that sales leadership positions shouldn't be held by salespeople, because we can obviously see the inherent flaw in that logic. The sales team's not going to take the sales leader seriously, they won't be able to hold the team accountable, nor will they understand the nuance of the sales. So what should you do if you need a sales leader? Well, we found 3 effective measures to land on a good sales leader. First and foremost, they have to be able to sell. You can't hire a sales leader that cannot be the highest producing salesperson on the team. Your sales leader should be the best salesperson. That way the team will take them seriously, and the leader won't be beholden to any individual rep just because the leader needs the rep more than the rep needs the leader. That would create a power imbalance that will offset the sales team's culture. Now, you may be thinking, didn't you just tell me not to promote my best salesperson? Not quite. I said don't promote your best salesperson simply because they are the best salesperson. Being the best salesperson on a team is a qualification, but not a deciding factor. There are other factors you should look towards in finding the right sales leader. The only reason you employ a sales leader is because they are your buffer from everyone else who believes you have overly ambitious goals. A great sales leader is in the trenches with you, believing not only are all of your goals realistic, but they come up with ideas that help in strategizing the achievement of those goals. It's this unwavering commitment to the goal. They have a there's always a way mentality. I've seen far too many business owners hire sales leaders that produce data and reports explaining why they're missing targets and why the quarterly and annual projections will be missed. Let me make one thing very clear here. I can miss the targets all on my own without a sales leader. The only reason I have a sales leader, it's effectively an insurance policy that ensures the targets will be hit without my involvement. You need to make it abundantly clear that they need to be solutions focused and results driven, not excuses and effort driven. You need to systematically determine that this person will find a window when the door is closed, and if that window is locked, they'll find another path in. Not only do you need to clearly communicate this to them, but you need to test their ability to produce creative solutions when all else fails. I only want people on my team that believe failure is not an option. I have found this to be one of the biggest reasons why certain sales leaders are successful while others fail. It has very little to do with what you sell, little to do with the marketing, and even less to do with the current economy. If you have categorically determined that this person has the willingness to achieve the desired result at all costs, that is the only way you stand a chance of hitting your ambitious targets. And the final point to consider is the fact that if every salesperson on the team does not respect the sales leader or their ability to hit the targets without them, those salespeople will inherently let the power imbalance go to their head. If a salesperson feels they hold more cards than the sales leader, they won't be able to utilize their leader to the fullest potential because they're not going to have any confidence in the leader's abilities or any training. So you need to be certain this person can garner the respect of the team by showcasing their ability to sell. And then they'll create this culture of winning and high achievement. The sales leader will need to hold everyone accountable to elite standards, so they must be capable of achieving those standards as well. When the sales leader isn't beholden to any particular rep, they can push the boundaries, they can push the reps to achieve more than they ever have before. This also creates the need to have crucial conversations while implementing the forcing functions that keep the team in line without this constant hand-holding. This will allow the leader to build and scale a team of the right people and retain highly accountable, professional salespeople while consistently weeding out unimproved, low performers. Remember, high achievers want nothing to do with low achievers. Therefore, your sales leader will need to be vigilant in growing the right team. Otherwise, you'll lose your best people. How can a sales leader attract top talent when they themselves are a low achiever? How do you truly know for a fact whether the sales leader you are interviewing or about to hire is the right one? Will you be another cautionary tale where you hired an expensive babysitter who brought in no money? Well, our sales leader hiring rubric will categorically unroot if you are hiring the best person for the job or simply the best available. You don't want the best available because good enough isn't good enough. We will systematically guide you through our rubric of grading your potential hire on all the key components of success and then some. You can't afford to leave anything up to chance. To evaluate your potential sales leader and ensure your organization's growth, download the hiring rubric now.